Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Ace Kanti. Welcome to another episode of Year of the Day. This episode of Year of the Day is brought to you by Apple Zone GH. Apple Zone GH. If you want anything Apple Watch, iPhones, MacBook, AirPods, contact them. If you are in the US and you have any Apple material that you want to sell, their number is on the L banner. Their socials is also there. You can contact them and then run business with them. Yes, media personality and TV show host MzGee is facing a backlash on social media for her attitude towards entertainment critic Mr. Logic. Yes, during the show, Mr. Logic was giving his submission when he was asked about a question. And then MzGee told him, say, bro, hurry up. The way Kwame A+ was also there. The way A+ is yawning, people are also sleeping at home. So, bro, wrap up very quick. And the way, let's watch the video.
Expect them to explore the world. You can't, because you can't take a song from Ghana to America and then you are working with just your name. Your song is all you have as a musician. Number one, we have problem with our songs. Number two, the issue of funding is one of the key problems we have. But I say, if you say, our people, they should make it. Where is the backup? Nigeria never to me call. O2 Arena no buku. The video, okay, most of his shows are on not to really seek out the buku venue before crowd promoters bear they show interest. How many of our people can even afford to pay all these hundreds of thousands to book places?
Once I saw you, ni sana muye wofi inti wrap up na yen.
I know guys some you.
For you ni inti ukasa obi inti biom inti pacho yen inti.
Missy, but who I mean, this is no, it's wrong for you to say that.
Me.
How you only house that my consent? Because so I am making my point. You can't say yen intent. This thing, Missy, on first time I need to tell you this.
Me pacho.
No, it's your show.
It is 12 midnight.
You cannot tell me what.
It is 12 midnight. I gave everybody 1 minute. You have been speaking for too long.
You know what? Missy, don't come back to me to speak. I won't speak again.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't come back to me on this show. I won't speak again. What are you telling me?
I bought 12 midnight.
So what? 12 midnight. So what? Did you time Kewa? Did you give him time?
You've spoken more than everybody else. In fact,
where's your timer? Where's your timer?
Looking at how Mr. Logic was flowing, floatally. Now he spoke for I think a minute or more, and then MzGee was like, "Oh, bro, you see the way A+ is yawning. Hurry up and speak because people are home, they are sleeping." And then Mr. Logic was pissed like, "Bro, now as only wine now can same way tell me who are you to tell me this?" And you could see his reaction. He was very, very furious because if it is me, I wouldn't. When I heard the story, I thought it was like just a cool terms but then when you watch the video, the way Mr. Logic was flowing and then she just cuts him. Look at the way A+ is yawning. People can tell them that's very unprofessional. And if you go on social media, the backlash there no be now. And this is not the first time. If you guys remember MzGee and then Empress Gifty, there was a time that he said something about her music. He asked her a question on set, and then Empress Gifty was not okay with the question.
Yeah, you now we media rounds back and focus no marriage inspiration is our story into uja wunyum no. Sometimes comfort maybe as an enyum ben na watu. Yentin in so ampampa watu.
Me Jesus okasa me to asi.
Et me janyum no hosa.
Me to. So do you think I will put my energy, my effort, my money? Mini producer. I do everything myself, and make shoot video, expensive video. I'll go around my business. MzGee, rephrase the question. No. Only big artists like
hey.
Do you know how much I put in my craft? To tell me, say me media to no major. So one way to advert in this away. Nipa international level like.
So people have tagged MzGee as unprofessional as to the work she does because that United Showbiz was formerly hosted by Nanama McBrown and then she left to Media General and then MzGee is the one hosting the show now. And people have tagged her to be very unprofessional because this is the second time she's trending on social media in relation to having with the Empress Gifty one. It was very heated because you saw yet tall on Sheldon when you release the song you don't really do anything. Then Empress Gifty, bro, don't tell me this because if you know, and most of the time, even Abeku Santana was praised about that situation because most of the time people claim say she hide behind people's comments to say what she wants to say. So if she wants to tell you something to you, this person was saying on social media that this, then she will read the comments. And then it doesn't sit well with the people actually. So it was very heated, very, very heated to the extent where Mr. Logic told her, say, if you have a husband at home, I also have a wife at home. You can't sit here and tell me this, because Mr. Logic said he's here because of Father Dixon, not because of someone who is unprofessional that picks side. And that's not, if you watch United Showbiz very well, there have been instances where you could see clearly say, Mr. Logic and then MzGee click being said in Niho. When Mr. Logic is, and Mr. Logic, a lot of people don't like Mr. Logic on social media because of how he's just like me. That's controversial. I say, yeah, you understand. So people don't really like him. But then we have people who also like him. So even if you go on social media, people will say, yes, even though MzGee is unprofessional, but once it is Mr. Logic, we are happy. People are happy, say, okay, she's unprofessional, but then Mr. Logic in India, it is fine. Let's watch the second video.
When I started doing this media and radio job, MzGee, with no disrespect, now I'm by media, and me who say a idea or tie, and just a reaction from me. This is not the first time you are doing this, and me feedback from people, but me I overlook because I'm sitting down here because of Father Dixon, not because of a moderator who has decided to take sides. Until we are then but for you to get a prompt from production, no, you could have find more better way of addressing. So, Mr. Logic, Ebia, your time is up. That would have make more sense to me than telling me, say, the way I come air yawning, no son man for yawning will fear. Please, who told you, say, when I catch you, say, people are home are sleeping. Yet to me, go 2 o'clock, 1 hour for any guso, then I'm 10K, 11K, 15K. But for you to tell me, say, the way I come here yawning, that's how people are yawning at home. When I sat here for Kewa to speak, I sat here for Kewa to speak almost 10 minutes. Let me grab my phone, let me kind.
Hey, sir.
Oh, yes, I was watching my phone.
But my producer said it's not true.
Very good. Whether it's true or not, he spoke over 5 minutes. In terms of where is your time? To end it, MzGee, me, I don't have any intention to disrespect you. But if you disrespect me, I will disrespect you. Because you have a man at home, I have a wife at home. My brand, Mr. Logic, Mr. Building now, you are not in the media. I'm telling you on all authority. When I started building my brand Logic from media, you got to know me at the peak of my career. You didn't know me. You didn't know my name before Logic.
Logic, what can be?
You see, he was trying to, bro. I'm here because of Father Dixon. And you're now, because the show, I think they were there till 12 a.m. Now imagine I come on your show, I sit down till 12 a.m. now to make and say, Mingan and Tem na by now, Crawford Crada. Bro, media, if it's me, I won't find it very, because the moment she said that, you could see the environment, everyone was just quiet. Bro, I already 10 years, but can I will be one with 30 seconds, just tell me just like that, as if she has on no wasem. And then Mr. Logic was like, bro, the time I was doing this, you MzGee now starting music, starting with media personality, you crowd starting. So it got into like a heated argument. Where can it be? And Mr. Logic was like, bro, you are not the person to tell me this. At this point in my life where I've been doing this for 20 years, Mr. Logic said he's been doing this for 20 years. And then MzGee also counted, and also she has been doing this for 10 years. And then MzGee was praised because Mr. Logic called her unprofessional. She needs to learn on the job. Let's watch the video. You could see a response. A response was that if you claim that I am unprofessional, then anyone that sits here with me is unprofessional. As an A+ Arnold, anyone who was sitting there.
Because of Father Dixon.
So if Father Dixon is giving me instructions from behind,
so
I represent
right
Father Dixon. No, I represent Father Dixon here. If he says I make cars, that's fine. But to go to the extent to tell me, say,
the way you address me, do you know MzGee?
So the way you
also,
no problem. I don't.
Yes.
It's not a big deal. What do I think?
So address me with respect and I give you back respect.
So when you say Father Dixon,
I have a lot of respect for you, but tonight you made me lost it for you.
You lost the respect from that's fine. But
I'm telling you, you know the way I like you and I respect you.
No,
you don't know, eh?
This is a professional environment. It doesn't have anything to do with likes or like.
Really? Then that's why I dealt with you on the same measure.
So for you to say to me, say I should learn on the job, no, I don't think it's a fair statement to me. make. If you come to a show that's an immature is hosting, then you also are not qualified to be on the show. Basically, that's what you have said. So don't sit here. I think last week Mika said the money dia konomundi nko dia ka chenu ye bon ho ban. I see people come and sit on this show every time, say things, and I've been told to hold my peace. I don't think that you can throw. No, I'm not talking about you, but I don't think you can throw my 10 years of experience away by saying by the time I knew you then. It is not fair.
How about my 20 years?
That you tell me, say I should learn on the job. After doing this over 6 whole years, I did with
when
you.
You told me that my comment is making people sleep at home.
I didn't. You see, that's what you don't understand. And that's what I've been trying. Please, that's what I've been trying to explain to you. I said bunny tail. Na sena or yoni. Sana for or yoni.
Obia Jenedie, because she needs to learn on the job. She's very unprofessional. That was like, bro, if you say I am unprofessional, then it means that anyone that I invite to my show or anyone that sits here with me, now say, my bodam dear, madam, show me your friend and I'll show you your character. So it means that anyone that sits here is also unprofessional. It got heated. Now where can they say Father Dixon, they were giving him information and it was like Kewa was speaking too much. When Kewa was speaking for 10 minutes, he didn't complain. But when he is speaking, they are stopping. Now, even if you want to stop someone, we need to find a nice way to stop people. You are the host. You are the host doesn't mean, and if you look at this United Showbiz, it's one of the biggest show in Ghana here that they organize. So the pedigree they had when Nana Mama Brown was there, they were getting the numbers, the views. Everyone wanted that show. And when she left, I said, for not they pay, but they were expecting it to live up to expectations. But if 2 times people have called you out that you are unprofessional, because if someone is speaking to me and I'm in a video cry and I'm talking to my face, will prompt me, hey, bro, or he can give you a signal from the back. But you don't say why should send A plus on in a casantem because people at home are also sleeping. Now, who said they are watching? No, who said people at home they watching? That is the question. What makes you think people at home are watching you? Because it's 12 a.m. And then if I'm talking too much, okay, so they can be like, okay, Mr. Logic, wrap it up now, we so man is but if they look at how A plus is yawning, San and Cough, it means that whatever he's saying is trash. Whatever Mr. Logic. Obi I from is imagine you being Mr. Logic and they are telling you are illogical. Your name is Mr. Logic. Then someone who tells you they are all canon, they actually rap. Yeah, now what you are saying, she's trying to say what she meant was that what Mr. Logic is saying, and A plus because I say now if you are talking to someone, you're having a comment, do you know what it means? Charlie, kasa too much. And not just A plus, but then in that it means that the viewers and those on set don't find what you are saying interesting. Meaning how can they appall nonsense? It's what? Nebulous. Sami Jefu telling me this is nebulous. It is vague. That's what she was trying to tell Mr. Logic. And if it's me, I'll just walk out. If it's me, honestly, because the way if you have watched the way he was flowing, Charlie. Now imagine me, Miss Cantina, me Chana Sheldon just walking. Hey, cat. Now people are not watching, bro. People are not watching. Saying, now people are not watching. Just me Kanyan Sam. He said Mr. Logic was speaking too much. Yes, if you know Mr. Logic, he talks. He talks a lot, just like me. I'm not taking sides, but then if you have followed United Showbiz since Mr. Logic has been on the show, he talks a lot. But any interest, he doesn't speak sense. Because the moment a guest is being repeated on your show, it means people like it. Audience feedback was positive. That's why he's still there. Because if Mr. Logic's first instance, people didn't like it, I'm not sure they will bring him again. So if he is there and he's still there, he has been there severally, then it means people like him. So people want to hear even the foolish thing he's saying. People want to know about it. But then if you go ahead to tell, because I can cite several examples. I watch that show a lot because late night I don't have anything doing. You could see sometimes there's some tension between MzGee and then Mr. Logic. And then Mr. Logic even said in the video, said, so people, he was like, people even tell him, because he likes MzGee, he loves her. Then you see the response MzGee gave him, please, this public, say what? this is a working environment. Don't use love or like, hey. That's what found and said, hey, bro, make it come out. That was when Mr. Lloyd, please, if you have a husband at home, I also have a wife. And yeah, Hannah, maybe me can't learn. No. It's professionalism. We are all working. But then, when you say you want to take advantage of me. And people were saying on social media, say, the show has fallen off. People say since Nana Mama Brown left as a show, they are trying hard to sustain the show, but actually, it's not working. Whatever they do is not working. But I'll take more concerns on social media because social media no more MzGee. People are saying that they are calling her out because, and you know, this show, high profile people, they come here and mostly it's tense. This show is when if there is an issue or controversy relating to a particular artist or there's a social topic, anything, they come on and then they talk about it. And mostly it's heated. It's just like our bants and rants. I'm negative side and you have people on the other side. And then mostly she said, hits, music, entertainment, sports, mostly this LGBTQ issue said there have been concerns on it on that particular show. So people were saying that they need somebody who is well experienced. And people were also telling MzGee that you can have 10 years of experience and still not be good at what you do. I was thinking of that. I thought it was a useless statement. But then some way, somehow, it's true. You can have 50 years of experience on a job, but you are still not good at it. You can be doing it for 50 years, but then you go somewhere, you still realize, you still need more. You need to know more. So people were telling, see, when they were having the dialogue, Mr. Logic told us, say, I have 20 years experience, so don't trash what I do. And then she was like, you can also trash my 10 years experience. That's bro, you're 10 years by now, 10 years, but people don't see it to be 10 years. This was what people were saying on social media. This one was like, listen, Mr. Logic talks too much, unnecessary rants instead of going straight to the point. So according to this person, Mr. Logic was he speaks fast, but as for Kasa too much. Sometimes there's a saying, they said, if you're a dancer, you should know when to leave the stage. That's why most dancers, they don't dance from the beginning of the song to the end. Either they hop in at the middle or they come, they no more free before the song and no more jama. Yeah, bullshit for near theater. Kaida moves. You understand? If you're a dancer, I train when you mean see. So, Mr. Logic, they say you talk too much. I know I can't. This one says everybody on that show now is unprofessional. Oh, Obi yawning. Any Obi kasa tinti. Me papa ni me uncle wako ni na you're unprofessional. It's not wrong to stop airing a show if it's no longer relevant. They are trying so hard to keep up after Mark Brown left, and it's not working. Every week, call a bunch of people just to talk about other people. What's the relevance? That's why they can't say, because we talk about people for a living here. As I'm talking about them for a living. So if they call on people, no, bro, be very careful. This one says, so many times, Mr. Logic himself has disrespected people on that show and has failed to apologize. Let's be guided. I said, if you know Mr. Logic very well, or no, not to say me, but me, I don't call out people. I only speak facts. So yes, this is why MzGee is trending on social media. If you go on Twitter, Instagram, say, hey, bro, even YouTube say people are talking. The backlash, they be too much. But I know, if this is the time to make mistakes, we are still young. I keep saying that. But I say that for myself only. So when I make mistakes, you guys should understand. This is the time to make mistakes. We are still young. But then, Obi over 10 years experience with B8 country with 6 months, 1 year experience, yeah, pay. So this is the time for me to make mistakes. We do 10 years, now make mistakes. I'm waiting my car. This episode of Y'all the Day was brought to you by Apple Zone G8. Their number is in the description. My name is Skanti. I'm out.